It's your boy Sam Itza, SKS, coming live from Scottsdale, Arizona. Good friend of mine, just a prolific musician, phenomenal man, activist, Gabriel Ayala. We just want him to come and share his story. Thank you.
Leo sem Chinyago, and then po Gabriel Ayala, and then po Basco Yaki Pueblo po Tucson, Arizona. Leo sem Choco. Want to introduce myself. My name is Gabriel Ayala. I'm from the Yaqui tribe here in southern Arizona, and I am a professional musician. From an early age, I got the addiction of music. I'm very fortunate because in today's age, there's many addictions that face us as indigenous people. And for me, again, I say I was very fortunate to be raised by my grandmother who gave me that opportunity to have music in my life. So far that I even went to get a master's degree in classical guitar, one of the only Native Americans performing classical music. And for me, it's very important to help break those stereotypes, but also to encourage our indigenous youth that they can be anything that they want to be. They're bound for greatness. They just need to be told that constantly to remind them that just because we're born in our culture, it doesn't mean that we're limited to what we've been born into. That's who we are. That's who I am as a person. I'm a spiritual person. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm a spiritual leader. I'm nowhere near trying to be a medicine man, but I believe in the power of prayer first and foremost. That's who I am. I'm a spiritual person. I'm a musician somewhere down the list. I have many other roles, but for me, that's a very important thing to have in my life. That's what keeps me balanced in this world. I always say, as an indigenous artist, we live in two worlds. One is the world that we're born into, that we're comfortable in when we're with our spiritual families and our families. The other world is that corporate world, or the world that we try to make a career in. And both are incredibly difficult. But if you don't have that balance, you'll never succeed as a Native person or Indigenous person, First Nations person, whatever you want to call yourself nowadays. It's so awful nowadays that as Native people, we've gone from savages, redskins, Native Americans, Indigenous, First Nations. I think we just are who we are. We're Apaches, we're Yaquis, we're Navajos, we're Lakotas. That's who we are. And unfortunately, we get classified into just one melting pot. But it is what it is. I travel around the world. I'll say that I'm very fortunate, very blessed to have this career of music. And it's more than just about the fame, it's more than just about the bank account. It's about trying to use that platform to then talk about more important issues out there. Some of those issues for me are our children, instilling those cultural values, and again instilling those values in our children that they can do and be anything they want, from NASCAR drivers to baseball players, astronauts, lawyers. There's no limits. And again, for me, I'm trying to break those stereotypes. Also to talk about the many things that we face in today's age as far as alcoholism, the mistreatment of our women when our women have always been treated as sacred beings, the forgetfulness of not taking care of our elders. So I live by a mantra: love your children, honor your elders, and respect your women. That's my mantra. That's my way of life. And being able to travel around the world and then talk about these issues while on the stage is, again, the most important thing for me over anything else in my career. And amongst that, it's being able to be different places around the world. Most recently, there's been the event in Standing Rock and all that took place out there. It's me being able to show up there and not show up with an entourage of film crews just to get a selfie on Facebook Hill, not because it was a trending event, and it's probably the most trending event. And there's some people out there that are gonna dislike this interview, that are gonna dislike my words because they know it's true. Because unfortunately, people showed up there because they wanted to build their own names off of this. It's so disheartening to see that people showed up there that never really showed up. They showed up there physically and left as soon as they could because they didn't want to see the realness or feel the realness of what was going on. There was people that were getting arrested, maced, sound cannons, chased by helicopters. I'm not going to sit here in front of you and try to make myself this self-proclaimed warrior. I was just a small little drop in that bucket of water protectors that believed in this way. And we don't walk around wearing it on our shoulders and letting you know, hey, by the way, I did this. In our way, there's an inner circle to those people that were there. I met many new relatives, made many new family members through this incident, through this movement. And unfortunately, nowadays, there are just people capitalizing off of this monetarily and fame-wise and just doing this. And again, it does such an injustice to those children that initially asked for us to help them, to protect that Oahe River. You know, what a shame. So I sit here before you, just a humble man, as humble as possible, just trying to share words with you. It's just a little piece of who I am. I mean, if you truly want to get to know me, you really should sit down and have coffee with me. And that's the way we traditionally interacted with people. But now we're here. I'm here with my brother here. He's on the other side of the camera, and you can't see him, but he knows me. I know him. And it's a great thing. It's a big honor to be here, to be interviewed by him. We've shared many a ceremony. We've shared many a song. And I'm very, very thankful that I get this little bit of time just to speak with those people. I encourage him in all that he's trying to do through his own voice and through his own music. And this way of social media now is definitely a very powerful thing that we can use to our advantage as Indigenous people. But again, I'm just here to share a little bit, and to hopefully the most important thing is to encourage our youth. Find a positive addiction in your life. There's so much out there that can truly help you. Luckily for me, that addiction was music. That music was my medicine. When I was sad, I'd pick up my guitar. When I was happy, I picked up my guitar. And that has truly been my only addiction. I don't drink, I don't smoke. I've never touched drugs. Hardest drug I ever took was the Tylenol. And I even don't believe in that. I believe in our traditional medicines. But again, to all you youth out there, I tell you, you're all bound for greatness. You have to believe that the Creator put you here for a reason. And you have to let go of those sad things that weigh heavy on your heart and on your mind, because the Creator would never want you to carry those all your life. I don't believe that the Creator would do that. So again, to all you youth out there, stick with what you believe in. Find your passion, find your medicine, find your addiction, and hopefully continue to live a good way of life. And to everyone out there, many blessings to everyone. I have no harsh feelings for people. I only wish we as Indigenous people can all come together in this fight for everything. There's so many